Now to the latest on the Uvalde Elementary School massacre. Today, victims from the shooting will share their stories on Capitol Hill as lawmakers tackle gun reform. This is another live look at Washington, D.C., where the hearing on gun violence is set to begin in just a few hours now. And it comes just a day after Uvalde native Matthew McConaughey made an emotional plea for new gun laws while speaking to the media at the White House. Ugochi Iloka is live this morning with more on what he had to say. Good morning, Ugochi.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Matthew McConaughey grew up in Uvalde and says he learned how to shoot there. However, the town's most famous former resident made a passionate speech urging for some common ground to be met over gun reform. Now, this comes after he and his wife spent several days down in Uvalde talking to the families who lost their children at Robb Elementary School. Now, his wife, Camila, was seen carrying with her the shoes that belonged to one of the 10-year-old victims, Mateo Rodriguez, who had hand-drawn a heart on them to represent her dream of becoming a marine biologist one day. McConaughey says this was the only clear evidence used to help identify her after the shooting. He told reporters he came to Washington this week to push for gun measures that he says most Americans want. The parents of 10-year-old Aletha Ramirez, another victim, gave him some of her artwork he described for the crowd.
This particular drawing is a self-portrait, all right, of Aletha drawing with her friend in heaven. Responsible gun owners are fed up with the Second Amendment being abused and hijacked by some deranged individuals.
And you definitely felt the pain in his voice just as a parent, as a human being, as he made that heartfelt plea. Now, McConaughey wants to see expanded background checks as well as the minimum purchasing age to buy a semi-automatic weapon go from 18 to 21 years old. Kimberly, Steph?
All right, Ugochi Iloka live for us this morning. Thank you. And you can feel the passion in his voice and how connected he is to his hometown. Meanwhile, Senator John Cornyn says current negotiations in the Senate will not include expanded background checks or any type of ban on guns.
And as our Gerald Harris reports, Senate leaders are hoping to get a deal done sometime this week.
Senator John Cornyn is laying down some red lines in discussions with Democratic senators over guns. The discussions come after the elementary school massacre in Uvalde. Senate leaders are hoping to get a deal struck this week or next to address mass shootings. Senator Cornyn says whatever comes out of the discussions, it will not include new laws that goes after ownership of certain weapons. Cornyn, along with Connecticut Senator Democrat Chris Murphy, are working to agree on legislation.
I'm Janelle Bluda. Yesterday, the city of Uvalde held its first city council meeting since that awful shooting. But council's new member, Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo, was not there. Arredondo has been under scrutiny in the aftermath of the attack, and some have blamed him for law enforcement's slow response to the shooting. During the meeting, Mayor Don McLaughlin said the Department of Justice is expected to name a team by today that will be investigating the law enforcement response to the shooting.
My biggest concern, again, is for these families. I don't have answers for you for the investigation. It's ongoing, and we want the same answers that you do.